We already know what the Nintendo NX is gonna be. I gave the internet plenty of time to point this out, nobody did, so now y'all forced my hand. I've come here, made my own damn channel. I'm gonna jump on this and I'm gonna get the message out because apparently that was too hard for you people to understand. So if you still haven't figured out what the NX is gonna be by now, shut the hell up and listen. Alright, let's just jump right in this. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Nintendo NX. For those of you who don't know, the Nintendo NX is Nintendo's next piece of hardware. They like to call it a platform, but everyone knows it's a piece of hardware. Why do we know this? Because Nintendo's filed patents for hardware applications and hardware uses. Nintendo has also shown us patents depicting what they plan to do. See, the thing people don't understand is that when a company patents something, it means that they're planning to use it. If a company registers a patent, that means they are using it. They're paying to have it used. For example, you know Pikmin, that fun little RTS game that Nintendo made? When that was first created, Nintendo actually patented an exclusive controller for the game. That never went through because all they did was just propose the patent. If they actually would have registered the patent, we would be playing Pikmin with an exclusive controller. But anyone who's been alive in the past 13 years, actually it's been like 16 years now, damn, knows that there is no unique controller for Pikmin. That idea didn't fall through with Nintendo. But the point is that when things get patented, it means that a company is planning to use them. And when the patent is registered, that means that it is going to be used. So why am I saying this? Because regarding the NX, there's already been quite a few registered patents. So we already know what Nintendo's planning to do with this thing. They may have not said a lot, but they certainly have done a lot. And they really can't hide anything because patents are available for public display. That's how we know about these things. So what exactly are these registered patents I'm talking about? Well, there's around 5 of them. So the first one actually goes all the way back to early 2014. This patent was about a Nintendo controller that had interchangeable controls. That sounds awfully familiar. Then, a couple months down the line, around I want to say December of 2014, there was another one. A patent for a controller similar to the first one, but this one also included infrared cameras that face outward on the sides of the controllers. Then, zoom on over, all the way over, to past E3 of 2015. And there's another patent about this same controller, and now it goes into even more detail, saying that the outward-facing infrared cameras will be ready to read detachable controller segments on each side. This is starting to sound very eerily familiar, isn't it? See, this is exactly why I tell people not to just immediately disregard rumors, because sometimes there might always be one that actually ends up being highly accurate. And what's even more interesting is that some of these things were actually discovered after these rumors came out. It's almost as if someone out there really does know what's going on, and someone out there is being truthful. But I digress. So the next patent is one that details an object known as a supplemental computing device. Now, this could mean a lot of things, but what this most likely means is that it is essentially going to be a power add-on to the already existing NX. Think of it as instead of a company having to release a whole new, more powerful version of the console, such as the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, the Xbox and the Xbox Scorpio, or the 3DS XL, they can simply release an add-on that will make the game more powerful by adding more components. So, with this in mind, it looks like what this is trying to do is essentially eliminate the need for Nintendo to release an entirely new version of the NX later down the line when they realize that this one it could be stronger. Now, this final patent is actually one that was filed very recently, on June 14th of this year in 2016, just after E3 happened. This patent was filed about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In the patent, there is a section labeled Goods and Services that reads, available for downloadable electronic game programs, downloadable electronic video game software, electronic video game programs, electronic video game software, and video game cartridges, along with video game optical discs, video game memory cards, video game programs, and video game software. What stands out is video game cartridges. We know this game is going to be on the Wii U and the NX. It's not going to be on the 3DS. That would be ridiculous. Therefore, we can deduce from this information that the NX will be using video game cartridges. Now let's compile all of this information together. We have a handheld device with detachable controller segments, outward-facing infrared cameras on the sides. These outward-facing infrared cameras read the button presses of the detachable controller segments. We have a supplemental computing device, and we have cartridge-based software. So yeah, there you have it. It looks like the Eurogamer leak actually has a lot of merit to it. And even if you don't like the concept of it, you cannot deny that these 5 patents that were registered and paid for by Nintendo almost flawlessly match everything that was brought up in that rumor. Even if you were to completely take out the Eurogamer rumor, these 5 patents still almost exactly describe everything that was brought up in the rumor. It isn't totally out of the question to believe that at least one of these rumors in the massive rumor mill we've been getting ever since God knows how long might actually be true. And if any of them are, I think the Eurogamer leak actually has the most merit to it, and I just proved why. Now, I already know some of you are going to reply with,
"But everything Iwata said contradicts the hybrid rumor! It can't be a hybrid console!"
Okay, yes, some of the things that Iwata said back in the past may somewhat contradict with what Nintendo actually is registering as a patent now, but you need to remember 2 things. One, this was back during the same period of time that Nintendo said they wouldn't even consider making mobile games. Look at where we are now. And also, Iwata is no longer around. As sad as that is to say, he's no longer around. His opinion is irrelevant now because he is gone.
But Nintendo said the NX was supposed to be a family of systems.
Well, a handheld unit, a supplemental computing device, detachable controllers, potentially more detachable controllers in the future, more supplemental computing devices in the future. That sure as hell sounds like a family of systems to me.
What it is, a hybrid! It'll be really in the power! Xbox Scorpio and Vehicle Pro against the Nintendo!
Well, then I guess this is a good thing that it's going to be a handheld then, isn't it? It's not going to be competing with consoles, it's a handheld. Stop looking at it like a console. If you haven't noticed, half of the videos that you encounter on YouTube that are all anti-NX, 90% of them exist entirely because people are choosing to still consider the NX a console. The only reason that is because ever since we first learned about the NX, we chose to look at it as being a replacement for the Wii U. In a way, yes it is. But is it going to function similar to the Wii U? No. This thing is going to be entirely different from everything else, but it's going to be a handheld unit. It is not going to compete with the console market at all. Microsoft and Sony are not part of the handheld business. They are irrelevant completely in this picture. Stop comparing their products to what Nintendo's about to put out. Quite honestly, I don't even know why you'd want Nintendo's next product to be anything but this. This is such a huge advantage that Nintendo hasn't had in quite some time. One of the reasons Nintendo has always been behind in the console race is because they have to focus on making a console and a handheld. That requires splitting their resources down the middle, whereas the competitors, Microsoft and Sony, only ever had to focus on a single device. Sure, you could argue that Sony had the Vita, but we all know how that turned out. Not to mention the detachable controllers mean that any sort of gimmicky controls that would be required for a certain type of game aren't required for every game. You can buy the separate controller half and only use it for that one game. Honestly, I thought people would jump for joy because I see videos all over the place talking about how they hate how quote-unquote gimmicky Nintendo's control schemes are. This would be the call of their dreams is what I was thinking when I first heard that. And if you're upset because you were hoping Nintendo's next console would just be a Nintendo-branded PS4 or Xbox Scorpio, why would you think that? Why would you think Nintendo would be stupid enough to put out the same thing that 2 other companies had already been putting out for about 6 years now? It makes no sense for them to take that route. Not only that, but it would sell horribly because it would be doing the exact same thing that 2 other consoles, 3 if you include PC, are already doing on the market and have been for years now. Nintendo has to take a different route this time, and we need to accept that Nintendo's always going to be different. We need to accept that Nintendo's consoles will never be powerful. We need to accept that their handheld industry might be where they put their primary focus now. And that's okay, because if they focus on one device, they can make that device pretty powerful, even if it is a handheld. If they made a super-powered handheld that could give us a console-like experience when blown up to a TV, I'm sold on that. That sounds like a great thing to me. Really, the only thing I'm concerned about right now is the size of the device. It's meant to be portable, so I'm hoping that it's a relatively good size that I can put in my pocket. If it's going to be around the same size as the gamepad of the Wii U, that's not going to work. Rumors right now seem to indicate that the device itself is going to be about 6.5 inches, which I guess is fine. That's around the size of the new 3DS XL, which I already own, and it fits in my pocket and fine. And that's honestly all you should be concerned about too. Because if these patents that I listed are telling us anything, it's that Nintendo actually knows what they're doing this time. And as the Ubisoft CEO said, Nintendo seems to have learned from the Wii U this time. And developers seem to be loving whatever the NX is. I hope that we will as well. But at the end of the day, regardless of what the NX ends up being, We're all going to love it, and we're all going to get it. I can guarantee you that much. I just hope that it doesn't get a bad rep like the Wii U did because there was information people chose to overlook. I'm fully aware that there's a very strong likelihood that the NX is probably going to be shown relatively soon, in most likely a month or two. And this video is uploading very late on the NX bandwagon. I understand that. It's been in the works for a while, this channel and this idea, so bear with me here. And even if the NX is shown very soon after this video gets uploaded, just keep in mind the things that I say here, because I feel like this will be really good information for people to understand, especially for when the next big thing is in the works and is being rumored about.